In this quick demo video, I will be showing you how you can even use Ttube to research a niche that you are not even familiar with. So let us say that I'm going to target a niche like gardening, and I want to create a channel around gardening. So before that, I wanted to do some research on the competitors' videos. So I'll just enter the keyword here, and I'll also create a new project, and I'll just try to do a competitive research as to what are the videos that show up in the first page of YouTube results for the keyword gardening. Because what I intend to do is create a channel for this niche, and I'm not familiar with, but I want to see what type of channels or videos are popular in this niche. So as soon as the software will harvest all the URLs that are in the first page results of YouTube, it will also start harvesting the titles, tags, and the thumbnails. So all of the titles have been harvested here. So the first step is I'm going to try and see which of these titles belong to the list type of category of titles. So by list type of category, I mean which of these title use numbers like 7 ways to lose weight, or as you can see here, 6 gardening life hacks. So for that, I'm just going to click this button. I'm going to remove all of those titles which don't have numbers in them. So I've gone ahead and removed all of those titles which don't have numbers in them, but the list type of titles are only a very few of those. For example, this is not a list-based title because although it has a number, it is not something like 7 gardening hacks or 5 tips for gardening. So I'm going to copy all of those which are list-based titles into this tab for more brainstorming. Now for further brainstorming, I will also try to see which of these titles have question related titles, because these type of category of titles are also extremely popular. But just even straight away looking at this my competitors titles, I can see that only one of them has a question related title, and I'm not really interested in that. So I will focus only on the titles that have list based category of titles. And I will also do a search to see what type of phrases are people actually typing into YouTube using the Tube suggest feature of the software. Okay, so we found a total of 286 YouTube suggest keywords for the search phrase gardening in YouTube auto suggest. And immediately I can see some relationship between the competitors titles and the ones shown in the Tube suggest. So gardening tips is one type of title that I can also use, like maybe create a channel based on gardening tips. But what I also find is that people are also searching for gardening hacks. So a channel around gardening hacks would be a much better idea rather than gardening tips or something like that. Now I will do more niche research by actually going back to the settings and searching for the key phrase gardening hacks. But for the sake of the example, I'll just stick to the research that we have done so far. And I'm also going to create a video that is very similar to what one of our competitor has created using this title. Now, if you look at this title, it's not very interesting at all. Although it is a list-based title, we can actually make it more interesting. So instead of saying 7 gardening hacks, we can use some sort of a benefit-driven power word in the beginning of the title. So this is the new enticing title that I changed of my competitor, that instead of using just simply 7 gardening hacks, I changed it to something more benefit driven using a power word like free. And I also removed some filler words like and I did some title decoration like having the word free as in caps. But let us say that you have absolutely no idea or no clue as to what title you should even begin with for your video. You can use the title generator feature of the software to help you come up with title ideas that you may not be aware of. So for example, the top 5 reasons why you fail with gardening. Now this may not be a perfect way. This may not be the perfect title, but you can see that there will be a lot of random titles coming up that you can try and see if it fits within your niche. So this could be one possible title idea: 10 reasons why home gardening is better than terrace gardening. I mean, this is just something that came out of my head, that I'm not a gardening expert, but this is the way that you can come up easily with ideas for a relatively new niche that you are not even aware of in the first place. Now I will do a very similar niche research, like I will try to find all of those key tags which are list based and question based, but for the sake of this video and to keep the video shorter, I'm just glancing through this entire list. I can see that the tags of the competitors that are much more closer to what I am to what my channel is this one. So I'm just going to save this to a file, and I'm just going to copy all of these tags. That is the one that is related very closely to my channel. Now ideally you should try to do more research and categorize your tags into short tail, long tail, or product specific tags. But for the sake of the example, I'm quite happy for the tags that I chose for my title. So lastly, I also want to see what kind of thumbnails my competitors are using to give me an idea, and also what kind of thumbnails I can use for my channel. So for that, I'm just going to click this button, download images. And as you can see that all of the competitors top videos thumbnails, that is the maximum resolution thumbnails, are being downloaded. And if I want to also download the minimum resolution images of the thumbnail, I'll just click this button. So I will be also creating a thumbnail that will be very close to what this thumbnail is, and also have a title for my channel or the video that I'm going to be making. And this is more even closely related to the kind of channel that I'm planning to create, and it shows the close-up of a man in action, doing an action, that is, he's doing some hack or some activity in the garden. Now ideally I would have done more research for thumbnails, but you saw that how easily we came up with an idea for title, tags, and a thumbnail for a niche that we were not even aware of in the first place. And this is how you can easily use Ttube not only to optimize your titles, tags, and thumbnails, but also to come up with new niche ideas based on your competitors' videos.